Hello everybody and welcome back to another electrifying cast by yours truly, Sparky. Now I'm going to be casting yet again another game for the PoA, and actually it won't be yet again for very long because I'm not actually going to post or cast as many games as I usually am right this second because I want to get my get myself promoted. I really do. I'm sick of playing bronze and I know you guys are sick of seeing it. So I want to try to get some higher tier play games in here and everything like that. So let me introduce the players right now. Myself, I'm going to be spawning as a red Protoss here on Blistering Sands at the bottom hand side. My opponent is going to be jujuhead, spawning as the blue Zerg as my opponent on the top hand side. Now, when I play Zerg players nowadays, I do very cautious builds because I'm very bad at defending against 6-pool and all that, so I have to play really defensive to defend against it, obviously, because I just said that. But what happens is, I usually get my pylon, then I get a gateway, and then I get cybernetics, and then I get my first stalker out, which I usually get anyway, so it doesn't really differentiate from my normal build, but I still get that, and then I get a stalker out, which again doesn't really differentiate from my own build. But I stay in my base for so long. Usually when I am playing against any other player or any other race, I push out a little and I try to scout more and everything. From when I play a Zerg player, I usually assume they 6-pool me, and that's probably just because I play so many guys who 6-pool me, and so many low-tier players. Not saying that higher tier players won't 6-pool you, it's just you wouldn't expect it. I expect it for almost every bronze player, so that's why I try to defend against it. This guy didn't 6-pool me though, which I was happy about, but I still had to do everything because, or I still did the same build I would if he did 6-pool me. Just cause, let's see, how many drones does he have here with the income tab? He's got 15 drones, so I think he like went for a 10-pool or something like that. Something to that effect. But right now I'm throwing down my cybernetics core and my second pylon. And then I throw my third pylon over here, just standard on this map for myself. I don't know about other people. Probably gonna get my second gas pretty soon. And really dangerous doing that. Probe almost died. But he's getting his queen out now and everything. And on this map, I usually like to, on a normal versus like Terran or Protoss, I will get my expansion at like 20 or something like that. I'll take both these watchtowers, and I'll try to keep the pressure on early as well as mid-game if it goes into that. And I'll usually go from a 4-gate into whatever I need to, depending on what the person goes. Like if he goes Mass Zealot, if I'm facing a Protoss, I'll go into Colossus. If I'm going up against Zerg and he's just getting roaches, then I'll just make more gateways and then mass stalkers. If I'm going against Terran and they got siege tanks and Marine Marauder Ball, I'll usually mix it up, or not exactly mix it up, but I'll get Colossus Stalkers, and then I can either go for charge lots or I can mix in some Immortals there if I really want to. And that's just how I play it. But yeah, he's getting his Roach Warren. It's finishing almost now, and I'm researching Warp Gate technology. Halfway there. Sorry that I went on that little tangent there. But that's that, and should be transferring some probes over to my gas once I notice it. Hopefully soon. That's probably why I was so gas deprived, because I forgot to do that. There we go. I usually have an excess of gas, so I make a bunch of sentries, but I didn't really have them that game. Now, he has a handful of Zerglings here, and I have, like, if you look at the units tab, I got a sentry, zealot, and a stalker, and way more drones than he does. I have more probes and drones. I have 10 more, so that's a significant difference there, as his macro either slipped or he's just using all those drones to make units. Like, yeah, this is what happened. And I think this played a big role in what happens later. I mean, he does push into my base, as we'll see in a little bit, and we'll get to that once that actually happens. Morphing all my, or not morphing, warping all of my warp or gateways into warp gates, and I'm getting a zealot on the low ground so he can go and scout and everything, so I don't have to sacrifice a probe. And I should have seen this coming, because now I have this watchtower. I should have seen it, and I guess I just wasn't looking at it or something, so I didn't see that incoming. And now I'm going to be getting some more units here. I got a stalker at the front here because I didn't see this coming in, and now I see from the pylon that there are some Zerglings here, so I'm going to get Stalker here to help shoot down these. And I'm going to try to get some more reinforcing units, but I don't have enough gateways to produce off of, so I need to make more gateways and some additional pylons because I'm almost supply blocked here. This Stalker is being lazy and doesn't want to go over and shoot at Zerglings. Now, he has a pretty healthy force here. I'm not going to lie. This is a pretty devastating force, to be totally honest. He's knocking down these rocks pretty fast, and I don't exactly have much to defend it. And I am getting my Observer out to go into his main base, just cuz, and he's making more Zerglings, and he should be getting an expansion at some point. Now he's broken down my rocks. He's sniped my pylon, so that gateway is useless. So I'm forced to get more gateways, which I was planning on getting anyway. Now I have only these units here to help defend, and there's nothing really on my production tab as I'm supply blocked at the moment. And also, I just can't do anything. So I'm placing my Zealot at the front to funnel the Zerglings onto him. So he dies, force field there for whatever reason. It sort of helped, it sort of didn't, doesn't matter. Now I'm trying to micro them back as best I can to buy as much time as I can. And I believe I get out a Immortal at some point, but right now trying to micro back my Stalkers and everything. I'm going to have to pull off probes at some point, just not yet. I'm trying to delay it as much as possible and moving all my probes to one side so he doesn't attack them. Now his force is dwindling, as we can see, even though he is reinforcing it with 2 more here, and this Zealot's being lazy too. But I'm chrono boosting out my Immortal, trying to delay him as much as possible, get as much time as I can by throwing my probes on him, and then backing out when it's thin a little bit of there, trying to get Stalkers in, but I just don't have enough gateways. Now I have 4 gates, so I should be able to help. It should be able to help me defend this. And my first Immortal is out. He's gonna tear through these. He's gonna tear through the roaches, as we can see. He like 3 shots them, doesn't he? 3. He decided not to kill that one, but yeah, 3 shots, 3 shooting them, or 3 shotting them. Yeah, there you go. And pulling even some probes off the line to help with that. And he lives with 5 HP, so boss Immortal there, 6 HP, and then he gets killed. So he lived, he did his purpose and everything. I'm trying as hard as I can to reinforce his getting as many Stalkers as possible. And here we go. Another Immortal out for these roaches. He's gonna completely destroy him, and he did switch into mass Zergling because I was getting mostly Stalkers and Immortals, which are very bad against Zergling, if you didn't know. So I'm gonna have to transition out of this or just make more Zealots or something, which I do. I make 2 Zealots because that's all I have money for at the moment, and everything else not. I could have made 1 more Zealot there, but I do clean this up, and now I'm going to be pushing out because he just really committed to that, and it felt like his economy would be bad. He wouldn't be able to do much about it. So I'm going to be moving up to this tower over here, and I'll see that his Zerglings are moving past here, but I'm not going to move that many units back because I know I can defend this now because I have 2 Zealots here. I have another Immortal coming out, and I have 4 gateways to produce off of. And Zealots are actually very good against Zerglings, so I won't need that many. So I warp in 3 more Zealots here, and they're going to be coming down and then intercepting these, and 1 Zealot can take on, like, I think it's 4 Zerglings or something, or 3 or something like that. But yeah, they're going to be able to clean this up, and the Immortal just popping out to have some fun with these Zerglings. Another Zealot warping in late to the party, but these are going to move out, and he's retreating to his base now as he's getting his expansion up, and he's got a excess of minerals completely, but he does have Zergling speed now. There's nothing on the way for me at the moment because I just forgot what I was doing or something, or I was doing something. I can't remember what. But now I'm going to move out with these handful of units here to try to keep on pressure and make sure he doesn't really do anything here. So now I'm in a position right in front of his base, going to move in a little bit, try to see what's going on, even though there is my Observer in his main base. But I'm microing back and forth, trying to snipe a couple of units here and there, and he brings his more units in here, or his handful of units in, but I have 2 reinforcing Zealots, which should do fine. Yep, I cleaned that up. And he actually has almost nothing now. He's got like 5 roaches here, and then he has, I think he gets some Hydras out, but I got Zealots and stuff for that, and these sentries were being lazy, but then I caught them, so now I'm going to force field them. I double force field in the same spot because I lagged or something. I don't know what happened there. But now I'm going to have to retreat, maybe. No, actually this Immortal is doing great. Wow, I love Immortals, dude. They are my new favorite unit. So now I'm going to have Stalkers reinforcing this, and I notice that I am getting pretty Stalker heavy, so I'm going to try to mix my army up and get a healthy composition. Moving this probe out to help reinforce, throwing a pylon down there, and he's got a bunch of roaches, but I don't understand why he's still going roach. He should be going like mass zergling and hydra. But he's deciding to go roach, and the immortal's doing a great job against the roaches, just tearing through them. And if I did a bit of focusing fire there, I might have done better, and it doesn't look like... There you go. So he won that, but I have more units on the way. This Zealot, I found him hiding in the corner because he didn't want to die, but I'm going to force him to right now. So he takes one for the team right there, and the Stalkers come in and clean this up really quickly. He's trying to get some spine crawlers up, but I have to make sure he can't do it, so I'm going to move in here and prevent the spine crawlers from going up and lock down this expansion. Now he does have Hydralisks on the way, and if we look in my base, I have Idle Immortal, and I have a non-saturated expansion, which I forgot about for some reason or another. I was probably too worried about micro and everything, so Hydra's here. Not enough to defeat the Stalkers, though. Lazy Stalker in the back. I know I'm saying lazy a lot because I'm failing on my micro and macro at the moment, man. This is a terrible game for me. So I have this expansion locked down, and now he's pretty much done for because he actually doesn't have a good drone count here. If we look at this, like, this isn't saturated at all. This should be way more saturated. My opponent did play random though, so this might not have been his best race. And 3 roaches coming out here, but they're probably gonna die in a little bit. Yeah, there you go. They're dead. So this Mortal finally comes over here, warping in the sentry, trying to use up my minerals, getting a Twilight Council for Blink, I think. I was getting it for something, I can't remember, but I was getting Twilight. I like getting Twilight Council now for whatever reason. And of course people there to trap that roach. So yeah, I'm moving in here. He's got no forces, he's got 1 spine crawler. I'm gonna snipe down his roach warrant here so he can't make any more roaches. This is what you want to do as a Protoss player. If you are up against the back foot or something like that, go into their main and snipe like a spawning pool or something like that. If you can snipe the spawning pool, or even better yet, like their main base's hive layer or whatever, that's really good. That'll stop them down, or stop them for a bit. So do that if you can, and when you're in their base, just do that so they don't have any more reinforcing units. So yeah, he says nice, I say thank you. And that's pretty much that. So yeah. And I don't know what's gonna happen here. Both those units live. So now he has nothing. He's trying to warp in a couple of units here. And yeah, I have some Stalkers here taking down that spine crawler. So now I've pretty much won the game. His last batch of Zerglings coming out. And a queen popping out for the fun of it. But that queen's going to die. Poor queen. And he GG's. So that's that. And yeah. I think that's the only game I'm going to cast tonight because I'm actually really tired. And it's almost time to sleep and go to school. So subscribe if you haven't, please. It's always nice to know that I'm special and people like to subscribe to me and hear my voice. And all that. Like the video also if you can. And that's it. I'll see you guys later.